It started like any other evening. 18-year-old Amara Johnson was walking home through Harlem after a late-night study session. A brilliant student, known for her calm demeanor and sharp mind. But that night, the rain couldn't wash away what was about to happen. Sirens blared. Two white officers jumped out of their cruiser, hands on their weapons. "On the ground, now!" they screamed. Amara froze, confused, scared. Her only crime? Being black and matching a suspect's description? No explanations, no questions, just handcuffs and humiliation. Onlookers pulled out their phones. One elderly woman whispered, "It's happening again." Inside the patrol, our officers exchanged jokes. "Another thug off the street." One laughed, "Bet she runs with a crew." Amara stayed silent, holding back tears, and whispered, "You have no idea who I am." In the station, Amara was thrown into a holding cell. No phone call, no lawyer. The chill of the walls couldn't match the coldness in the officer's eyes. "Tell us who you work for," they barked. She replied calmly, "I already told you, I'm a student." One officer sneered, "Or a liar." They pulled her social media, mocked her photos, her clothes, her music. "Looks like a gangster princess," one said. Another replied, "More like undercover trash." Hours passed, no family contact, no rights read, just silence and suspicion. Amara kept repeating to herself, "Stay calm, wait, just wait." The courtroom was filled. Curious onlookers, reporters, community members, the charges, theft, resisting arrest, possible gang activity, all baseless, all racial profiling. Officers testified with rehearsed lies. The audience listened in horror. The judge looked uncomfortable but said nothing. The prosecutor tried to use her silence as guilt, her clean record as suspiciously clean, her student ID as possibly fake. Amara stood, her lawyer hesitant, but Amara nodded. She reached into her small handbag and took out a black leather wallet. She held up her CIA credentials. "My name is Amara Johnson. I am a trainee field operative for the Central Intelligence Agency. I was on an active intelligence assessment mission when I was arrested." The judge blinked. The audience gasped. Reporters whispered furiously. The officers? Frozen, pale. A quick call was made. Within minutes, a top official confirmed her status. She is who she says she is, and this arrest is a mistake. Charges dropped. Officers removed from duty. An investigation was opened. But Amara stood firm. "This isn't just about me. It's about every person you didn't believe." Standing before the courtroom, she spoke. "What if I wasn't CIA? Would anyone have listened? Would I be free or forgotten like so many others?" Amara walked out with her head high. The world now knew her name, not just as a spy, but as a symbol, a mirror held up to injustice, and a warning. Not all who stay silent are weak. Some are just waiting for the right moment to strike. Within 24 hours, Amara's story was everywhere. From New York Times headlines to viral TikToks, hashtags exploded, celebrities tweeted, debates sparked. The mayor called for a full investigation. City officials scrambled. Questions rose. How many others were wrongly accused? How many didn't have a CIA badge? The two officers gave a press statement. Cold, defensive. "We acted based on the description." No apology, no remorse. Security footage emerged from a nearby store. It showed Amara calmly walking, nowhere near the crime scene. The description? Made up. Amara's legal team filed a federal lawsuit against the police department for unlawful arrest, racial profiling, and emotional trauma. Marches filled the streets. "Justice for Amara," signs waved in the air. Black communities found their voice once more. News anchors drew parallels to past injustices. Names of the wrongfully accused resurfaced. This wasn't new. This was the latest page. Amara began speaking at universities, civil rights rallies, and intelligence panels. Power means nothing if you don't use it for good, she said. In private, Amara battled nightmares, flashbacks, anxiety, but she channeled the pain into purpose. Because of her case, a senator proposed the Amara Act, focused on police transparency, false arrests, and racial bias retraining. The CIA offered Amara extended leave, therapy, and an official commendation. You acted with restraint, courage, and honor, her director said. Community outreach programs were funded. Amara helped lead them. Trust isn't given back, it's earned again. To this day, the arresting officers never personally apologized. Their silence, louder than any words. She wrote a book, Unseen Justice. It became a bestseller. Her story resonated worldwide. The UN invited her to speak on systemic racism in law enforcement. Amara became a global voice. Some distanced themselves. Too controversial, they said. But new allies emerged. Truth seekers, justice warriors. Amara began mentoring future CIA recruits, especially young black women. You belong in every room, she reminded them. The night that began with injustice became the fire that forged her purpose. She was no longer a student. She was a force. She returned to the street she was arrested on, laid flowers. This is where it began and where it continues. Her story was adapted into a series. Millions watched. Millions were moved. Scholarships in her name. Programs in her honor. Change didn't just happen. It kept growing. On the steps of the Supreme Court, she said, "You accused me because of my skin, but my strength, that came from my soul."